Hello, 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 everybody. And I'm back, and I'm back, and I'm back, and I'm back, and I'm back. Okay. Welcome to Gigi's Corner, and this is your host, Gigi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, what I want to talk about today is something that is a very sensitive topic, but it does need to be discussed. But before we get into that, I just want to talk to you guys for a minute. Um, hmm. I just wanted to talk to you guys for a minute. Um, First, I want to tell you guys I started this channel in 2017. When I started this channel in 2017, I had no idea whatsoever. I had no idea what I was going to do with this channel. So I had posted a couple of videos too, and I hadn't posted anything since. And the reason why I hadn't posted anything was because I couldn't decide what I actually wanted to do with this channel. So I kind of let it sit and marinate until I could figure that out. So what they say is that you're supposed to figure out your niche in order to do your channel. But I'm a random person and I just can't stick to just one thing. So when I thought about it, I was like, I was gonna do like a comedy channel. I thought I was gonna do that. But when I actually posted the first, I'm sorry, I can't talk that, blah, blah. The first comedy video, I was like, that's horrible. But anyway, um, so I just kind of let it sit and marinate until I figured out what I wanted to do. What I decided that I was gonna do was, since I'm a pretty random person and I like to talk about all types of stuff, so I'm gonna do whatever I want to do on my channel. I'm gonna talk about some everything. I'm even gonna give you guys some story times. I thought that would be nice content to give you guys, so you guys will get to know a little bit about me, that type of stuff. Um, I'm gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff, and I'm also gonna let you guys comment. Use the comment section to give me topics that you want to hear me talk about. Um, and I also kind of have to learn how to get my channel together to put my links underneath and everything like that. It's not really much to it, but I just got to take out the time to get everything put down there. I will really soon, but right now I just haven't bothered with it. But I will get everything put down in the description, all of the links that I need to put down there. Um, so what I decided to do, I'm just gonna talk about everything on my channel, just to let you guys know. I'm gonna be doing story times or whatever, and you guys can use the comments to give me ideas or give me topics that you want me to talk about. Um, because right here we keep it real, no cap. Um, and don't be afraid to express your opinions about anything. I'm very open minded. Um, and I also decided that I am going to post twice a week. And sometimes I'm going to post like more than one video a day. So that's why you guys might see me with the same thing on more than one in one video or whatever, because I'm gonna kind of need to try to post more content to try to catch up and make up for the time that I have not been posting. So to get quite a bit of content on my channel. Okay, without further ado, let's get right into the topic of this video. This video is about human trafficking. The reason why I want to discuss this, my whole intention for the topic of this video is to raise awareness. Strictly to raise awareness. Not only is it to raise awareness, it's because I don't have to know everybody to care about people. And, you know, this is a pretty sensitive topic. It's something that a lot of people don't like to hear about, and they don't like to hear about it, they don't like to talk about it. But today, I'm getting into it. And I'm going to try to keep it as clean as I can for the simple reason that due to the nature of the content, I'm going to try to keep it as clean as I can because, you know we got kids out here on YouTube that run into all type of videos when the parents are not paying attention, to have access to YouTube. And I don't want a kid to run into this video that has content that is not good for their ears. I don't want to do anything like that. But at the same time, if a child should happen to stumble upon this video, then it will be a good thing because, kids need to hear this as well because they need to know this information as well. So I'm going to try to keep it as clean as I can. And, yeah, that's it. So let's get into it. Okay. Today I'm telling you guys my experience with human trafficking. First of all, I want to start off by saying and this is my story. Yes, it affects me personally, and I can definitely say that I'm blessed. Now, before I get into the story, I will not use names for privacy reasons. But I will give you as much detailed information as I can without going into personal facts. I won't use any names. Okay. First of all, I live in a state where you would think that nothing like that could happen here. You know what I'm saying? I live in Mississippi. And you would think that of all places in the state of Mississippi, this would probably never happen. It is very less likely to happen. But believe it or not, it is going on right here. And it's just sad. And we all know what is involved with human trafficking. We all know what happens when it comes to human trafficking. We know that these people, these monsters, they go out and they prey on females, women, and children. They kidnap them. They take them away from their homes, their family, their loved ones. And the reality of it is, most of the time, when they're taken, we're never, more likely, we never see these people again. We never see them again. And and that's the sad thing to it, and that's just not just the sad part to it. The things that are involved with human trafficking, the things that go on in the horrifying game of human trafficking is really, I mean, very sickening. It is very sickening. And just thinking about it and talking about it just breaks my heart. And not only does it breaks my heart, it pisses me off. I mean, it literally pisses me off. And man, like, I know, I really feel like if I could get a hold of the sick SOBs, I'm trying to keep it clean here, y'all, but I'm really pissed. If I could personally get a hold of these sick son of a boy, I'm talking about, I could seriously come up with a plan of torture that would just be just as horrific as the things that they do to these innocent people. I'm talking about, just then I got so pissed off I couldn't really speak. But anyway, I'm gonna get into my story. I have 4 kids, 3 girls, 1 boy. I have my daughter's is 26 years old. My oldest is 26. My son under her is 23. Uh, my daughter under him is 20. Uh, and my youngest daughter is 17. And my youngest is about to turn 18. But anyway, these stories are about my daughters. Um, which involve human trafficking. It's not a coincidence that this has happened to all 3 of my girls. It didn't happen at the same time, but it happened on 2 separate occasions. Um, we have been dealing with some problems here in our area in this state with the human trafficking thing going on, and they kind of been cracking down on it, and we've had some people that have been involved in it that have been caught, but not everyone. But what the deal is, there are I'm sorry, y'all. There are a group of men that are working together, and they are snatching people, y'all. And for some reason, um, they have an interest in African American women. I mean, that's the thing right now for whatever reason. It's sick. Um, and it's not just adult women, it's children too. Um, but they have not really been able to catch the guys that are working in our area. You know what I'm saying? So it's been going on for quite a while. It's really gotten dangerous out here. Um, and it's like our city and our neighborhoods are just not safe right now. But anyway, on to the story. Okay. Early one morning before the sun came up, my oldest daughter, my youngest daughter, and a friend of my youngest daughter decided to go out and get something to eat. Um, we have a famous truck stop here where there's a restaurant. Everybody goes there because the food is really good. I won't mention the name of the truck stop for the simple reason that I do not have permission to promote these people. But I will say that the food is really good and everybody goes there. And it's a truck stop slash restaurant. Okay, so they decided to go to the restaurant to get something to eat. They were low on gas, so the plan was to go and get gas and then go to the restaurant, get food, and then go home and eat. Okay, but the plan did not work out exactly that way. Okay, so my girls left home. Oh, I forgot. They also were gonna stop at the gas station to get snacks. Also, while they were getting the gas. Okay, so they left. They went to the gas station first. They were supposed to get gas and get snacks. But my oldest daughter, who was driving, which was her vehicle, decided that, okay, well, she had enough gas to make it to the restaurant, that she would just wait and get the gas on her way back. That they were just gonna go ahead and get their snacks and then go to the restaurant, and then on the way back stop for gas. So they got to the gas station. They went inside to get the snacks. Um, these guys were already at the gas station, and they were just sitting there. So basically, they were just sitting there waiting for the victim to come along. Okay. So they were sitting there, and the guys were watching. They noticed that the guys were watching them while they were at the store or whatever. And my youngest daughter, let me tell you about her. She notices everything. A lot of times, even when it doesn't mean anything, it's not anything that looks out of the ordinary. My youngest daughter always notices, so she noticed. And so they went to get the snacks and everything. I'm trying not to drag the story on, y'all, so excuse me if I'm just talking fast and it sounds like I'm rambling, because this story does, it's kind of long, but I'm gonna try to breeze through it, because I don't want to make the length of this content too long. Okay, but anyways, so they got the snacks, got back in their vehicle, left. Now, this restaurant is on one of our major highways. So they got on the highway. So they left. Uh, the guys followed them, started following them from the store. Okay, my daughter was in the back. My youngest daughter was in the back. My oldest daughter was driving, and my youngest daughter's friend was in the front on the passenger side. So my daughter's in the back. She remembers the vehicle from the gas station and the guys, and she knows that the same vehicle was following them. But my daughter notices it, but she doesn't think it's a really big deal at the time, because, like I said, she was thinking like that maybe they're going to the same place, because everybody, like I said, everybody goes to this restaurant because everybody likes the food. But she does have enough concern about it to mention it to my older daughter and her friend. So when she told them, she was like, that's the same guys from the store that was watching us. They followed us. I think they followed us. Um, that's them. So my oldest daughter and her friend was like, "Oh, you paranoid. You always think of something going on when it don't be nothing. You too paranoid. Chill out, chill out." So they get to the restaurant. When they get to the restaurant is full. So they already have to wait in line to place their order. Then they had three separate orders. Then they had to make their different orders for the food. And then they had to wait like another 30 minutes to get their food. So that was a really long time. So like the whole time they were there, the guys were still there. And they were still there when they got the food and came out. So they got what they needed. They came out, went back to the vehicle. So, um, my daughter decides that she's gonna go ahead and get the gas there. So that's what she did, and I think she said that at first she was just gonna be like, "Oh, she's not gonna worry about it. She's just gonna get the gas later." But she went ahead, put the gas in the vehicle, and they left. So when they left, the guys left, and they had to get back on this major highway. So the guys was following them, following them. They had to drive a long way, quite a ways to get back to their house. From the truck stop to where my daughter lives is like maybe to get from there to there will probably like a 15-minute drive. Maybe, yeah. Okay, but anyway, they was following them. So there were two vehicles. Um, so in the two vehicles, there was two sets of men who were working together, but they were using separate vehicles. And one the vehicle would make circles around them, like when they got to the neighborhoods where they had to stop at stop signs or whatever, they were just going around. But my daughter, she drives pretty fast or whatever, but excuse me guys. She drives pretty fast or whatever, so she zooms like she really don't wait a long time at stop sign. She got to stop doing that. But anyways, um so they kept making circles, and I guess what they were trying to do was block them off. So they couldn't achieve that because my daughter moves pretty quickly when she drives. But what happened was they got to a traffic light. They came to the street with a traffic light and they had to stop and wait. So my daughter kept mentioning the whole time that these people were following them. So when my daughter got to the traffic light had turned red. And these guys put on their bright lights to blind them so they couldn't see. But my daughter was in the back. And when the bright lights came on, she was like, what in the world is going on? So when the bright lights came on, when the bright lights came on, I'm sorry, y'all. When the bright lights came on, these guys had put their vehicle in park, got out. They was using the light so that they couldn't see. And they got out and they started running towards the vehicle. This is the point where they were going to try to overtake the vehicle and try to grab the girls. So when my daughter seen them coming close, my daughter's in the back. She started screaming. She was like, oh my God, these people are really trying to get us. At this point, my oldest daughter looked back in the rearview mirror and she saw them coming. By this time, they were right up on the vehicle. The light was still red. My daughter in the back was screaming to my oldest daughter. She was like, go, go, go. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope y'all understand that this is emotional for me because these are my children. Let me put myself together. Okay, anyway. So my daughter punches it through the red light. Thank God there was no oncoming traffic. She punches it through the red light. She takes off. These guys run back to the vehicle. They take off. They start following. So now there's a chase going on. My daughter drives really, really fast already. And she was scared. Thank God that she knows the streets really well, the neighborhoods really well, because this really helped. So she made a lot of different turns. At first, they were right on their tail, but she was able to speed up and quickly move and take different turns and different routes and maneuver to get away from these guys. And needless to say, she was able to lose them and get home. Like, man, I'm super grateful. But my daughters were scared out of their minds. Um, and afterwards, my youngest daughter, she was pretty scared. All of them were. But In a couple of weeks' time, she was okay. They were all pretty cautious. Of course, my oldest daughter took it the hardest, you know, because my daughter was scared to leave home. I mean, for weeks, she didn't even want to go. She didn't want to go anywhere. Like, she didn't even want to go outside because she was afraid that maybe they figured out where she lived. And, you know, that's a scary experience. But moving right along. Separate incident with my next to the youngest daughter. That's 20 years old. Um, she was at my house one night. Her and my grandbaby, and she was here visiting me, and she just left. She had just left to go home. Um, her and her boyfriend had gotten into an argument that night, so she was pissed off. He was pissed off or whatever, and he had come over, but because of the disagreement he had, he left walking instead of riding home with her, um, just to cool off or whatever. No, that happens. So it was late, maybe around 11, 11:30. It is just sad how you can't visit your family without some dumb happening. But anyway, let me just breeze through this as quick as I can too. Um, so we said our goodbyes. I said my goodbyes to my daughter and my grandbaby, my grandson, and they left. Uh, what happened was she had forgotten her phone. So after leaving, she got like halfway home. Then she turned around to come back and get her phone. Thank God. Um, so she ended up coming back. So this time these guys were in my neighborhood. Anyway, her boyfriend had took off ahead of her, so he had been gone a while. So she left again, and at the time that she had come back to pick up the phone and left again, they were in the neighborhood, and they pretty much used the same tactic. It was two cars, and the other one was trying to block her off, and they were following her on her way uh, back again because I think she was looking for her boyfriend. But anyways, um, so she called my phone, and she noticed that everywhere, every turn, she noticed that they were going the same way she was going, and she was like, "They've been following me for a while." So what she decided to do was kind of try to check to see to make sure she wasn't just being paranoid. So she was making different little blocks, going in areas she wasn't even supposed to be going in because she was really coming to my house. And every turn she took, they took. So she said, "Well, I'm gonna take off really fast and see if they take off really fast and make different turns to see if they make different turns." So she got to a stop sign and she just gunned it and took off. And she just started making different turns and flying all around, and they took off and they started doing the same thing, making every single exact turn and everything. So what when this happened, I guess they was like, "Oh, she on to us." So the second vehicle um took off because there were two vehicles. The other vehicle took off, again in this instance, took off and tried to go around to try to block her. But she was driving so fast um, that every time the second car came around, they couldn't catch her in time enough to block her in. So the other vehicle took off, and she never saw the second vehicle anymore. Um, so make a long story short, she called my phone, and she was hysterical. She told me what was going on, and she told me that she was driving really fast, and my grandbaby was in the car. When I got that phone call, that was the most frightening thing you would ever want to hear. The worst call you could ever get from your child when something like that is happening. And then my grandchild was also in the car. That was the most horrific moment ever. And I was like, whatever you do, when you come to a stop sign, I told her, don't stop, whatever you do. I said, try to be careful so you don't have an accident, to try to make sure that no cars are coming when you get ready to approach the stop sign. Just slow down enough to try to make sure you have enough time to look so that you don't have an accident and hit anybody. Because if you do, that's one way that they can catch you, and you don't want to hurt yourself and you don't want to hurt the baby. I said, just keep going. Don't stop driving. I said, come back to the house. Whatever you do, don't stop driving. I said, come right back to the house. I said, keep punching it. Don't panic, because right now you need to use your head to stay safe. I said, I'm gonna come outside. I'm gonna meet you. Just pull right directly up to the house. I'm going out right now. Y'all, I promise y'all, no lie. I got my pistol and I ran outside, and I was waiting, and I was gonna stay on the phone. But what happened was, as she was coming through the neighborhood, and what happened was, she came in, and it's like one big circle where I live. They tried to block her in. She was so afraid, y'all. She just speeded right through, and I was about to come. I was about to come outside. She just kept going, and what she did was she went right past them, so they couldn't block her in, which was pretty good at the time, because I was like, well, she was like, they trying to block me in, so I was like, make a circle and come back. But what happened was, when she made the circle to come back, her boyfriend said he had an odd feeling, so he tried to come back to if he could if he could run into her. So just so happened he was walking on the street, and when she came back around, she stopped where he was, and they kept going. So thank God they took off, because they saw him. When there's a man around, or you with a man, they not gonna bother you, because they trying to catch people by themselves. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish this. I'm gonna wrap it up, because we're already like 34 minutes into the 34 minutes into the video. Listen, nobody ever knows what something like this feel like until it happens to you. Human traffic is horrific. It's horrible, because we all know the type of things that happen with sex trafficking victims. We know the type of things that go on. These people are forced against their will to perform sexual acts for other people's pleasure, and for these monsters to make money. These people ruin people's lives, damage people, hurt people, hurt women and children, and they benefit from it, from, you know, their sexual pleasures, their own sick personal sexual pleasures, and for money. And not only is it sad, it's sick. The type of damage this kind of thing caused to these victims is just unspeakable. You know, this stuff kills their bodies. They're damaged emotionally, physically, mentally. And some of these people, they'll never come home. Some people have, you know, but some people never come home. Some of these people die in this lifestyle. This is the things that happen to them before they die. And their death was their escape from this. And if these people ever get out of this stuff, they'll never be the same. These people are damaged goods for the rest of their lives. After that, they can never live a normal life. They're hurting people. And it's not right. And it's not fair. You know, and you have to be a really sick individual to find any type of pleasure in something like that. To do stuff like this for your own personal gain. How dare you? How dare you? Because these people are being taken away from their families, their loved ones. These are somebody's children. These are someone's mothers, aunties, cousins, wives, girlfriends. It's just, it's sad. And what I want to say to you guys right now is, when it comes time for you to leave this world and for you to die, you're going to meet your maker. And hell awaits you. And for those that get caught and they go to jail, the time that you have in a jail, in a cell, and inmates know what you have done, what you are there for, you're definitely going to suffer tremendously. And you may even lose your life. And you definitely, most definitely, for the pain you cause, you most definitely deserve it. And if the guys that try to attack my girls, my children, are watching, I hope that your life is a living hell from this day forward. I hope you get caught. And I hope that the same kind of hell that you have put people through, that your hell will be 3 times worse. Like I said, this video, my only intention of making this video is to raise awareness. Is my only intention. Because this is something that we need to talk about, because women and girls out here all over the world need to hear this. So the reason that I'm sharing this story is because me sharing my story could save lives. And if I can save lives, because I'm raising awareness about this, then that makes me happy. I'm satisfied. And if you're watching this video, the best thing that you can do your part by sharing this video with as many people as you can. Share it with as many people as you can. Y'all, let's make this video go viral, because women and girls all over the world need to see this. And as a word of advice, it doesn't matter. It used to be safe to go places in a group. That's not safe anymore. It's not. Because these people are working in groups. And they think that the more they can get at one time is a bonus for them. So it's good to go together as a group still. But it's good when you go anywhere to make sure that you are aware, being very careful and being aware of your surroundings. Please, I beg you to be aware of your surroundings. If you're at stop signs, especially at night, and you're the only one on the street and you know there's only one vehicle, watch around you. Use your mirrors. Look around. Look around. Because 9 times out of 10, if something doesn't look right, if something doesn't feel right, then it isn't right. Use your mirrors. If you notice someone following you, be cautious. I know it can be a scary situation, but try to do the best that you can to not panic and quickly come up with a plan to get to safety as fast as you can. Even if it's for you to just gun it to your nearest police station, or gun it to a nearest friend's house, or take off to the nearest store that's open. Pull into a store or at somebody's house and honk your horn, honk your horn, honk your horn, to make people aware that you are in danger. If you have to, pull up to a store, honk your horn way before you get there. Really lay on your horn, and lay your window down and tell and scream, help, help, help me. Get people's attention so that they know something is going on. And if you can't do that, if you have a cell phone, get on your cell phone and call the police and tell the police that you are being chased and you keep going. And ask them, can they have an officer? Tell them which streets you're on as you're driving. Ask them, could they have an officer meet you? This is very important. And like I say, I really would appreciate it if you guys could share this as many times as possible with everyone you know. I want you guys to be careful, be safe, and be blessed. And of course, don't forget to comment, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and smash that notification bell so that you get notified when I upload, every time I upload a new video. And you guys, be careful out here, be safe, and watch your surroundings, and be blessed. Peace.